there, future house flippers. Welcome to today's exciting episode into the world of flipping homes. I'm your guide, Brian Tran, and together we're going to unlock the secrets of successful house flipping. Get ready to turn houses into profit. Let's dive right in. Step 1, research and planning. Before we embark on our flipping journey, we need to lay a strong foundation. We'll explore the market, analyze trends, and create a comprehensive plan that will serve as our roadmap to success. Prepare to become a savvy strategist. All right, so what does this mean? Prepare, analyze. What are we analyzing? Pick an area that you want to start flipping in. It could be your own backyard. For example, I'm here in the Bay Area, California, so I like to flip in Union City, San Francisco, Daly City, basically a 40-mile radius from where I currently live. But ultimately, guys, you can pick any market. It doesn't even have to be the one in your backyard. I just recommend that you do it in your backyard so you can see it, you can feel it, you can touch the property, you can attend the open houses and see the kind of quality that these other flippers are doing. During this time as well, you want to be looking at the property, seeing what they're listed for, seeing what they're selling for, seeing how fast things are moving. Is it 7 days on market? Is it 14 or is it 30 days? This is the time when you're going to be gathering as much information so that you become the local market expert. Step 2, building the right team. Look, flipping homes is a team effort. We'll assemble a group of skilled professionals who will be our partners in this venture. From real estate agents to contractors, hard money lenders, each member plays a crucial role in our success. Together, we'll create a powerhouse team. Look, ultimately, I've never met a great flipper who did not have a team. Why do you need a good real estate agent? You need a good real estate agent because number 1, they're going to be bringing you deals. Number 2, ultimately, the real estate agent is going to be the one who is going to be marketing and selling your property. And if they suck, that could mean potentially losing thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. The contractor you choose is just as important. Why? Because it is up to them to get your property from looking like trash to looking like gold. And not all contractors are built the same. Look, it's one thing to have a contractor be able to create a beautiful product, make sure that there's craftsmanship and that everything is done right. It's another thing to find a contractor who's gonna do it on time at a reasonable cost. So before you even decide to flip a property, you should be going out there interviewing contractors, going to their job sites, looking at all their quality, and actually talking to their customers to see what their experience is like. Are they experiencing any delays? Is the delay coming from the contractor or is it something that is from the city? These things are crucial to know. And the last thing is the lender is gonna be very important because look, unless you're sitting on hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, you're gonna need somebody who's gonna fund the project. And a good lender is someone who will fund it very quickly, charge a reasonable interest, and not charge you an exorbitant fee. As you start to scale your house flipping business, you will begin to add more team members, whether it be dialers to look for deals, whether it be people, acquisition managers, and it will eventually lead to people who are gonna be like project managers. But for right now, the beginners, these are the 3 most crucial people you need to even get started with that first deal. Step 3, financing and budgeting. Let's tackle the financial challenges head on. We'll explore different financing options and create a comprehensive budget. By making informed decisions and managing our resources wisely, we'll set a solid foundation for our flipping project. Okay, so during this phase, you gotta understand that more than likely, you're gonna be working with a hard money lender. Why? Because the best deals are usually ones that will not be financed by a conventional lender like Chase, Bank of America, or Wells Fargo. So you're gonna be teaming up with a hard money lender, and typically in today's market, they're charging anywhere from 1 to 2%, which is the loan origination fee, and anywhere from 8 to 10% interest only annualized over the year. What does that mean? If you borrow $100,000, you're gonna be paying $1,000, right, for the point, which is the fee, and then you're gonna be paying about $10,000 in interest payment divided by 12. So every month you're looking at about $800 a month in payment. It's important during this time to understand that a hard money lender typically will only loan 70 to 80% loan to value. So if the property is worth $100,000, the lender will only loan you $70,000 to $80,000. So what does that mean? That means that you need to come up with the $20,000 to $30,000 difference. But don't forget, there are also closing costs, which can be a few $1,000s, typically 1% of the purchase price. So this is where you're gonna be doing your financial checklist, right? Understanding your market, we already did that. We know that the average home in your neighborhood is about $1 million, just for an example. So you know that with $1 million purchase price, you're gonna need to have personally anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000 for the down payment, plus whatever the renovation cost is. So let's say renovation cost is another $100,000. So knowing those numbers, you need about $300,000 to $350,000 to begin flipping in your desired area. Okay, so you're probably thinking, holy smokes, how am I supposed to come up with the $200,000, $300,000 to flip these homes? Well, I'm gonna give you guys a couple options. Number one, you can bring in other investors, right? If it's a really good deal, you can JV, which is like joint venture with somebody where they put up the capital, you put in the work, and then you guys can split the profit. That's the first option. The second thing is you guys can go ahead and raise money through various cousins, aunt, uncles, friends, and then take that money and then go ahead and start flipping properties. I don't recommend that for your first deal. I would say that if you are gonna go down this option and you don't have the money, go through the credit option, right? Go and apply for credit cards. You can credit hack. That's another video for, I would say YouTube that as well. But these are some ideas to kind of get you guys creative financing to start flipping homes. All right, so now that you've budgeted, you understand the financing, you got the idea of the market. Step number 4 is finding profitable properties. It's time to put on your detective hat and hunt for the ideal properties to flip. We'll explore various avenues from online platforms to networking events in our quest for the perfect investment. Get ready to unlock the potential in hidden gems. All right, currently, this is probably one of the hardest stage in this current market. Why? A lot of flippers out there, and with the crazy things going on in the market, we're actually turning down a lot of properties and not flipping all of them. Why? Because it's risk, right? The interest rates are still high, the market's kind of volatile. So everything that we do has to be a safe and meet our standards. So how are we finding our properties? Currently, we work with a team of realtors across the Bay Area that know our criteria, and they send us deals before they hit the market. That's the first. The second way is we actually have 2 full-time workers that all they do is cold call and send out text blasts to dilapidated homes with high equity, and absentee owners. Absentee owners basically mean that these owners own the property, but they don't actually live there. They may live out of state, they may live in another city. And so typically we go after them because if it's not their primary home, it's very easy for them to say, okay, I'm done, you can have it for this price. Another way that we find properties are through people called wholesalers. Now, if you don't know what a wholesaler is, they are people that identify properties, they put it under contract, and then they sell that contract to people like us who would then pay them a fee, and we get possession of the property, or actually the rights to buy the property. And if you want to learn more about wholesaling, make sure you watch this video right here. And the last way that you guys can look for flip deals is by using Zillow or Redfin. Now, typically we don't advise people to go there because once it hits the MLS, which is the multiple listing service, you're gonna be competing with a whole bunch of other flippers as well. And when you compete, you tend to pay more for the property. Step 5, property acquisitions and due diligence. Negotiation skills and thorough due diligence are vital. We'll sharpen our negotiation tactics to secure the best deals and meticulously inspect properties to uncover any potential pitfalls. Knowledge is power, and we'll wield it to our advantage. So during this time, you have identified a property. Now, negotiation comes into play because look, the better you negotiate, the better and lower the price you can get it, the more money you will put in your pocket. That is a known fact. So if you get the negotiation down, you're gonna save a lot of money. But the next part is just as important. You need to make sure that you uncover any problems with the house and negotiate that into the price. Otherwise, if you buy the property and all of a sudden you have a bad foundation. So let's say you buy the property and you uncover that there is a bad foundation. Everything's cracked, the house is gonna fall over. That could cost you more and actually make you go negative. So that's why it is very important that you go out and you do your inspections. You look for everything top to bottom, and you will get better. Hire a professional if you have to, but make sure that you do this. Otherwise, it can end up costing you a fortune. Okay, you bought the property, you negotiated a killer deal, you understood all the pitfalls, and you've taken that into account. That leads me to step 6, renovation and project management. Let's roll up our sleeves and transform the house into a stunning home. We'll create a detailed renovation plan, hire skilled contractors, and manage the project with precision. Prepare to witness remarkable transformation that will captivate the buyers. I will give you guys a couple tips. You're going to be getting multiple bids from multiple contractors. Don't always go with the cheapest, but go with the one that is most reasonable, that will provide the highest quality level of work. Cheapest is not always good, because what happens in my experience is when you go with the cheapest guy, he's usually managing 5 or 6 other projects. And him being cheap in the beginning ends up costing you a fortune because your holding cost is very high. What is your holding cost? Well, after you buy the property, you have property tax, but more importantly, you have that hard money lender charging you 10% interest with borrowing that money. So time is money when it comes to flipping homes. They can quickly eat into your profit if you let it drag out too long. Also, during this time, remember how we told you in step 1 that you need to get very accustomed with the market. You need to know what other flippers are doing, what kind of material they're using. Because the problem is, it's not about spending all the money and making it the most beautiful house on the market. It's about spending what is necessary, spending what is needed, and nothing else. Look, if the competitors aren't putting a $50,000 yard or a landscaping budget, you shouldn't either. If they're not putting Thermador or custom appliances and they're still getting top dollars, well, chances are you don't need to put Thermador or some of the other Wolf brands, right? Those things can easily triple the appliance budget. So be very careful with what you choose and understand your budget before you actually get into renovation. Next tip I have for you in step 6 is you want to make sure that you have all the material ready to rock and roll when you close on the property. Because the chances are, if you don't have the material there, the workers can't work. And what happens is they end up sending their guys to another job, and that wastes your time. So have all the material there, have everything picked out, the paint, the tiles, the type of flooring that you're gonna be using, the cabinets. Get all that stuff ordered ASAP. All right, guys, the house is done and it is beautiful. Well, this leads to step number 7, marketing and selling the house. Look, the masterpiece is ready for the world to see. So now your agent needs to develop an effective marketing strategy, from staging the property, professional photography, enticing the buyers to go look at your listing and not the competitors. So during this time, you're gonna be trying to get as many eyes through the door. So make sure you work with your real estate agent to price it accordingly. A couple quick tips with this one. Make sure your real estate agent knows what's happening with the market, knows what people are pricing the property at, because the last thing you want is to overprice the property and have it sit for 2, 3, 4 weeks before you get an offer. Make sure they understand what's going on. What are the interest rates doing? Are buyers out? Are buyers not? Make sure your real estate agent is negotiating like a killer, because at this point, he can either save you, make you, or break records. The last and final step, guys, is step 8, post-sale evaluation and learning. Our journey doesn't end with the sale. We reflect on the experience, analyze our financial results, and identify areas for improvement. Each flip is an opportunity to learn and grow, setting the stage for even greater success in the future. Look, guys, in step 8, you always want to get better. Did we choose the most effective material? Did we have the best contractor? Was the real estate agent really the best for that area, or was he good enough, or did he just get by? These are questions you need to ask yourself when you sell the property. And hopefully, if you did everything correctly, you made a ton of money. But even if you made a ton of money, there's always rooms for improvement. You can always learn more. And so with that, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of this. And ultimately, if you have a deal in the San Francisco Bay Area and you want a joint venture, make sure you hit the comment section or shoot me a message. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video.